Hello beautifuls, my name is epictreasure. Welcome to the channel. This video is going to serve everybody well, from the cozy creator all the way to the useful, resourceful, functional creator. But we're going to add a little bit of home warmth with it too. Thank you so much to the members that you can see at the top right now, new members, and welcome to them, and a special thanks to the members, all the members of the channel that make this content possible. If it was not for them, this video wouldn't exist. Don't forget to subscribe, that would be beautiful. If you could like the video, that would be incredibly handy for the algorithm as a small creator. That being said, if you want to support the channel, come join the YouTube members. Lots of secret videos hidden, scattered away. So let's get into this one. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to build, and we're going to remove some of these as we go, by the way. We're going to build 1, 2, 3, 4 wooden walls, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 on top of it. This build will suit everybody. It's not a difficult build. It's a very quick build, but you'll need to access some of the later items, but you know, do what you can in the meantime if you don't have everything unlocked. As for the roof, right now we're just going to use glass. We will end up changing this at some point. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 roof pieces like so. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to go and grab a stone fence, and we're going to hold our left trigger down if you're on controller. Just snap it in. Snap your fence in. Snap your fence in like this. The next thing that you're going to do is you're going to go get a Japanese pillar. Put the Japanese pillar 1, 2. Again over here. 1, 2. Like this. You're going to do the same for the next bit. 1, 2. Again for this bit. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Like that. The next bit that you're going to do is you're going to grab a stone fence. You're going to snap it in again. So hold your left trigger down, place, snap. Again for the stone fence, hold it down, snap. And then again, snap. That's what this looks like. The next part that we're going to do is we're going to grab our stone wall, and we're going to attach it to the roof like this. We're going to attach it to the roof, to the roof, to the roof, to the roof like this. The next part that we're going to do, we're going to jump inside this part, and we are going to go across to storage. Actually, we're going to go across now. I'm not sure if you've got this or not. You might. If you have unlocked the schematic for the ceremonial candlestick, the majestic candlestick, the majestic wall torch, any of those would be great. If you don't have them, you might have something like the wall lamp. We want something to light this corner section here, regardless. But for me, since I've unlocked the ceremonial candlestick, I'm going to put that right in the corner here. And I'm going to build that. This needs kindling. It means that you need a pal at the base that does kindling, and it'll just wander around and light that up. If you want it to be powered all the time, then you can just use the candlestick, the one that goes on the wall, this wall lamp, sorry. The next thing that we're going to do, we're going to go to storage, and we're going to grab this antique cabinet with the books, and we're going to put these books against this wall here, like so. We're going to build that, something you might like to get a handy worker out. And then we're going to get another antique cabinet, and we're going to put it on top of that one. So sometimes it's handy just to grab, say for example, just a wooden barrel to stand on. Because whenever you build stuff on top of stuff, you have to be higher than it. You can't just build from the ground up. And sometimes you can't like align it by clicking. See, if I line it, it'll align with the wall. So sometimes it's easy to align it manually. Just get it right on place that down. We're going to build that now. We're going to quickly get a kindling pal out just so we can have it lit all the time. We don't want to bind this kindling pal to anything like any station, etc. Otherwise they won't do what we want them to do. We're going to jump back in here. We're going to go over to the furniture section and we're going to grab the red curtain. Thank you so much to Saphira for this amazing idea of putting this curtain here. I thought it was a beautiful idea. And we're going to put it as low as possible on the wall. Like, I'm going to build that there. Then we're going to grab the Yakumo statue. You can put any statue that you have. Probably you might be able to use, for example, the Japanese stone lantern or something like that. Something that fits in there. But for me, the Yakumo statue is perfect. So I'm just going to rotate the Yakumo statue around and face outward. I want it to sit on this wall. So I'm going to just grab another barrel. I'm going to grab, and I'm going to put it on top of that. And then we'll be able to sort of build aerial style. So Yakumo statue. And here's a hot tip. So right now, Yakumo statue is like, oh, I can't fit there because my head is smashing against this wall. Now the secret to this is, get the wall, go to foundations, pick ladder, and then we're going to right click in. We're going to right click on that wall, and then we're going to replace that wall with the ladder, right? Just temporarily. We're going to go across to our schematics again, go Yakumo statue. And then the Yakumo statue, might need another barrel to get up even higher. Go to storage. Build that one. Get up on that. Yakumo statue. And we're going to put Yakumo as close as possible. There we go. Close to the pole as possible. There we go. Place it down. What we're going to do now is we're going to go back to our foundations. We're going to pick that stone wall again. Click it. Put your right stick in on that ladder again. Replace it like this. So again, let's just role play that in case you missed it. We've got our ladder there. We're replacing the ladder because it behaves like a wall with another wall, but it's not going to muck with the Yakumo statue this time. So again, we go to the stone wall, pick it, crosshairs on that ladder, right click in. And if you're on PC, mouse, PC, keyboard, that's what I'm talking about. Look on the right hand side where it says replacement mode. That's what you want to click with your thing. I can't remember if it's Alt. I always forget. And then replace it. All right. So now we're going to get down. We're going to build the Yakumo statue. Like so. Look at it go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go into storage. We're going to grab a few wooden barrels. Just get them as close to Yakumo statue as humanly possible. There. Get Splatterina out to build if you need her to. These, we want to have chest settings. We want to uncheck all. We don't want anybody putting anything in these. Like that. I need you to get down. You can put another wooden barrel in the front if it tickles your fancy. Then what we want to do is go across to furniture, go across to your Japanese section, put a deer scare, for example. Lovely. On there. Have Splatterina build that. And then start to build around that, whatever you like to have. So a Japanese paper lantern looks nice. Something to just illuminate bits here and there. We could have a Japanese paper lantern, under the bottom or whatever tickles your fancy. You can also put, for example, I wish they gave us more of these, the house plant, which you can sort of rub in as far as you can. But I just love the water animations. I know it's very nerdy of me to say that, but you know how I am. And then whack your bonsai down, whatever. It's just about kind of layering, but try not to sort of have things jutting out too far, because you'll be amazed at the things that can trip pals up. So try and, as much as you can, keep it out of the way. And if they start to have pathing issues, then look around and see why. All right, let me just jump up here. Jump up here. No, you want to do it properly. Come, don't. Fiddly, there we go. Isn't it beautiful? And then you can just grab maybe perhaps some, you know, like just a little potted house plant and chuck that up there too. It's all the little touches. Now, if you want your Kumo statue to be lit from underneath, then you can go back to your schematics. You go for the majestic candlestick if you've got room to put it in. Let's see if we can get lucky today, can we? I don't think that one's actually going to be bright enough anyway. The majestic wall torch might work from the pillar. So if we can sort of shimmy that over to there, light it up like that. Looks lovely. So what I'm going to do in this section, I'd like to have, oh, we got the floating barrel. I'd like to store all of our beautiful books in here, all of our skill up books basically. So we're going to go across to the large antique cabinet. I know there are bookshelves, but I like to look at the antique cabinets. And then we're just going to put those in here. Try and get it close to the other ones as possible. Walk it out, walk it out, walk it out, walk it out. Back out, out, back. There's one. And then we're going to do another one. That. Okay, build that, build that, build that, build that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go grab a defense sandbag and we're going to rub this against the wall as much as possible. We're going to walk it back, walk it back, walk it back till it goes blue. Going to try and keep it a little bit on one side like this, right there. Okay, so we've got our sandbag here. We're going to jump over here. We're going to go up here and we're going to go to other. We're going to go wall mounted sign. We're going to jump up here and we can have it right there. Climb up if you want. And then just type whatever you want. We'll call it treasure shop. Treasure shop. Yes. Whatever you want to call it. Then go across to your big ivy. We're going to have the ivy on this side. We're going to have the ivy this side. We're going to have the ivy, small wavy ivy running down the pillar. Pillar. Another pillar. Pillar. Again here, 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 there. Like this. Then you can get the horizontal ivy and then run it along. If I can get a good shot, be lovely. Can move this box, we don't need it there. Just go over here, dump it off into these. So stay tuned for build 8.0, it is going to be stunning. Right, we're going to grab these books out. I think our chest is kind of full. Let's go just dump some stuff off here. I've got heaps of stuff here. All right, let's see how many we can fit in there. Grab. It's like our section here. If you don't like these ones, I mean, they are bookshelves, but they're closed in. Some people like to use the more flagrant kind of shelving. But I like this antique bookshelf. Some people like this one more. So you have a look. You tell me which one you like better. Oops. We're going to get into that, are we? One. And again, you can snap it on by using your little crosshairs, right trigger down to snap it onto the item next. But that's too fast-paced. I mean, I like the other one, but this one's thinner, which means that your pals have got a less chance of getting messed up with tracing, pathing. So let's go to our chest settings. We're going to uncheck all. Actually, what we might do is check all. We're going to put our books in first. So let's put all our books in our library. Got another. Here. Go. Got our books in. Then we can go chest settings. We can uncheck all. So nobody can put any silly things in our cupboard anymore. Now I've got all our books. Beautiful. Okay, it's crooked. I know you're looking at that going, oh my gosh. Let me sort it out. Safe as a bank. Yeah, wait. Don't you worry, we'll get it. I need you out of my way. Blaming you for my snatch. Okay, good, good, good. Run it back. There we go. That's crooked. I don't even know what to say. All right. Put the other book in there. I think she took off with it. I think she took off with it and put it away. But whatever. So we have these settings now. Let's get our vendor out. See. So what you want to do is you want to capture, I've got a tutorial on the vendors and how to bind them. I'm going to show you how to do it now. But if you want to go into more depth, go nuts. So in the PAL box, I have the, let's bring out, I think Iceman. Oh no, Iceman's not here. The Iceman, here he is. Wandering Merchant, this guy here. So now we've put down the sandbag. We're going to go down to the sandbag and we're going to put Iceman, the Wandering Merchant Iceman, onto that sandbag. And he's going to run over there. He's going to run around the back. We're going to open this one up. He's going to run around the corner, hopefully. And he's already there. I don't know why they're in this position. They're in this position, I think, because they're supposed to have guns ready to shoot. So that's why he's there. But now we have a permanent vendor to buy stuff from. So we go buy, and we can buy literally all the high quality pale oil, because I'm telling you now, you're going to need this like a maniac. And there's a lot of creators out there that are still doing the Juma farms, the ranches, and just have these whales flopping around. There's a lot of players with that. You don't need it. This base that's coming will be an all-in-one base. So basically, looks very nice, doesn't it? How this is, it might change by the time it comes out, is it is streamlined, will be streamlined for pure production, and it will be, everything will be in the one base. So we have the two ovens here, which will end up to be a kitchen, but right now they're just in a functional spot. So basically what you'll do is you'll come in here, and I don't want to use the term that I've used in the live streams. You'll have to set your notifications to see that. But it's a circle of furnaces and ovens. So when we're cooking, we can just select whatever the hell you want. Grab, whatever. Usually, like ideally, it's to make the cakes too. So it's to make the breeding cakes, but it's also used to make the better work speed, like the minestrone soup. But anyway, so we're to go over to the first furnace. We need an electric boy. Just ignore everything that you can see right now because it's in total beginning stages again. It's gone through 7 iterations. This is its eighth fabled phoenix rising from the ashes type of thing. We need the electric boy. And it's been born again. So how it'll work is you'll be going cook, cook. Then you go here, you go, I want to make that. Depends on how quick your hands are. And you click on those. You go to the next one. You want to make some hexalite. You go here. You want to make some of that. We're going to go here. We're going to make gold. We're going to go here. We're going to make gold. Then we're going to be able to go to the vendor. Then we'll be able to buy everything you need. That's it. That's as quick as it is. So while people are, you know, jerking around with ranches and ranches and ranches and trying to get everything that these vendors sell, they were wasting space. They're dealing with pals that you have to feed multiple ones of. And we can literally buy everything from the vendors that you need. And there are other new merchants too. Keep that in mind. So that being said, stay tuned for the updated merchant video. Now that guy just then, that vendor who's sleeping right now, actually go sleep. You can find him at June's Shelter in the desert area. He sells the ice. He's our ice seller. He sells the pal oil, which I said you need. You need it to use for the polymer. You need to use it for all the new building materials, the clean building materials. The other one will wander onto your base. Let me see. Who's this guy? So he has the high quality pal oil and the pal fluids. The other red guy you can get from the small settlement. Merchant Alpha, is he? Oh, that's not our guy, is he? The small settlement. Let me just take you there very quickly. So the small settlement is here. So what you're going to do is you're going to run down the hill. You're going to capture that merchant with the red jacket on. I'm going to show you what he's got. Oh, I've got my grappling thing here. Okay, this guy in here. So we want to bind him to our base so we have him forever. He has the electric organ, which you'll need for all your lighting and power. There's a venom gland flame organ. You'll need those for like lanterns, etc. He is an amazing vendor to have. So you're going to slap him around a little bit and make sure he doesn't drop on the ground dead. He'll respawn though, and then he'll be able to be caught in the sphere. Ideally, you want to have the Ring of Mercy. The Ring of Mercy allows you to hit a pal down so they don't go below 1 health, so they'll never drop dead. That being said, there are items that still do kill them, such as the Meowmere. The Meowmere heads ricochet, and they'll bounce back and kill the vendor. Just like if you have a pal out next to you, they will kill the vendor. If you're mounting the pal and hit the vendor, then it's okay. The pal that you're trying to capture, then it's okay, unless they have some sort of ricochet type of thing. So be very mindful about how you do it. For me, I don't have any of my fancy spheres. So the exotic spheres are really good to catch these guys in. But he likes to play hard to get with this kind of stuff. If I touch him, I will die. I mean, he will die. I will die inside and he will die. But exotic spheres are very good for him. But you can catch him at low levels very, very early on. But you just have to keep slapping him till he's got a tiny bit of health. But for me, if I use the Terror Blade or anything else, it'll just one-shot him, basically. So we've caught him anyway. And here's another guy to put at your base. Another very useful vendor who has all the items that you need. The items that you need, and the reason I made this base in the first place, is so we could buy literally all the cake ingredients humanly possible. So we didn't have to have barnyard and barnyard and barnyard and ranches all over the place like a maniac. It's a waste of space. It takes perpetual looking after the pals. I don't care what anybody says. I find this to be the most effective way. Not only that, you're not having to put in multiple pals to get all these different items. The vendors have, a plethora in their collection. Especially, you can't farm electric organs either. So good luck with that. The guy sells all of the medical supplies. So you make so much money doing it this way by going perpetually, passively mining the ore. So the ore's used for everything in this game, just plain raw ore, whether it be for example, let's have a look. Whether it be for the refined ingots, the palmetal ingots, the plasteel, it doesn't matter. All these things here use ore. And there are other things too. And also even the new corallium ingots use ore. So the idea is to have a passively made ore base, because you're going to use it anyway. And you can also make bucket loads of money, like insane amounts of money, where you just buy the items. So the bro at the counter, our dude here, he has everything, not this guy, the other guy with the green on, he has everything you need to make the cakes, the breeding cakes. So if we go to defenses and go sandbag, we have to be very careful to make sure that their pathing, they can get through also. So I usually do a lot of testing with that. I've got a day-night cycle on 5 and 5 at the moment, so it goes very, very quick. That's why you're seeing it nighttime often. So we'll go fluid oil, wandering merchant there, and we'll bind him to it. Bind him to that. Sleep time, let's go sleep. And then we'll bind him to that, and then I'll show you what I mean. So I'll go over here. Right down the bottom, right down the bottom, down the bottom. There we go. Alright, let's see if he gets into position. These guys are doing. Alright, get to your shop front, buddy. We need that kindling one out. He is in a position. Okay, so we can get served by him. So, with the cakes for breeding, it uses eggs, it uses milk, it uses red berries and flour. It's a wheat, it's a flour. So he has all those things. We don't have to worry about chickpeas being bred on a bloody farm. We don't have to worry about the cows. We don't have to worry about growing berry crops. We don't have to worry about wheat growing. It's here, So you just buy everything without having to, dick around with all these unnecessary things. But the thing that's still missing is the honey. And that's why in this space above here is going to be a massive beehive. And that's what makes the honey passively. There's no other way unless you want to go out, where Cinnamoth Trail is, etc., whatever it's called. And down here, the Cinnamoth Forest, the Cinnamoth Trail, and farm over there. It's just very stupid to me. So yes, ideally you want to have vendors that you can buy all your stuff from and just pump the materials that you need to make the cakes. But also you'll have so much crazy money that you can buy everything. You don't have to worry about making the medicine. Bang, bang, you know what I mean? Just perpetually making the money and then going across again, grabbing the money, that again, and grabbing the money. Oh, they're still going at it. And so while the ore is still being done, we can go around in the circle again. Oops. Around in the circle again. Around in the circle again. That one's still cooking. And we just need some more kindling. So that's how this sort of works. It'll be bang, bang, money, money, and then to the vendor, and then to the other vendor to go shopping. And then we'll catch the other vendor and the other vendor here. So it'll be a big strip of shops. Now, I think personally that that roof perhaps is too high. That is potentially too high. But I think it's just the glass that's making it too bright. So we're going to replace that with the wooden roof. So it's a little bit darker. And yeah, that's better. It's dark, but we'll beautifully light it. So we can go across to go lighting. I would never, ever, ever use these lamps because they are so gross white light. And you know I hate the white light. We can put just like a little street lamp in front of that, and that will light it beautifully. Get off the wall. Then you can just grab, you know, like the wall lamp up here and then chuck that up there. Build that, and then it's sort of very subtle, but beautifully. Hopefully these kindling ones won't be recalcitrant and slack off. And then again, over here, we can do the whole curtain thing, which I think just adds a little bit of texture and depth and dimension in the whole thing, which is here. Bro's here. Try and put it as low as possible. And then build it there. Another one here. And then another one there. Little cute vendor strip. And then again, go across, get your ivy on. You might want to put the sign up first, whatever you want to call it. Could be ammo, whatever. Whatever tickles your fancy, floats your boat. And then grab that ivy here, slap it down the pole. Slap it down the pole and the pole again. And then start to think of ways that you can decorate the front of this so it's not just plain. Another interesting way is to go to furniture and just put a couple of chairs. Get them out of the way though. Because you need to be able to talk to the vendor. So have this part clear, have this part clear. Do what you want here and here. But we have the beautiful Yakumo one. You can put another statue there, but it's just very beautifully lit. It's going to look gorgeous to have the signs up and everything else too. What you could do, if you wanted to, you could have sloped roofs, for example. I don't know if I would want to, because then that will stop our curtain drip, which would not be very pleasant. Let me see how high this goes. Yeah. But anyway, that's how that looks. But it looks just lovely. You could replace it with wood if you're not happy with the stone. So this is what it looks like with wood. Like that. I personally like the stone for it because it's got that medieval drip to it. So replace, 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 replace. And I don't believe that you can put the vines on those fences either. I don't think you can, but you can put them like this so they hang across, as long as they don't interfere with you talking to them. Like that. But just keep in mind of the lighting though. Each part should be, you know, to have some sort of level of lighting in there. And make sure you have your kindling pals in there. Otherwise, you're going to be in all sorts of trouble. It's going to be dark as hell. So we can try and sneak, you know, like a wall lamp over here. Like that. And just keep it sort of lit nicely. But it's just lovely and cozy in there too. I think it looks nice. But don't forget your pillars. Your street lamps also look lovely. So lighting the street lamp, you could put them like one here, for example. Could build it, it would be lovely. You know, it's just very, very sweet. Can you move? I can't see because your big head's in the way, buddy. Another actual interesting idea with this I'm just going to break that for the moment. I'm going to jump over here. I'm going to grab this little other secret. So we're going to grab the stylish street lamp, the one that it hooks over. We're going to face this hooking over part to over the fence. We're going to walk it back like this. We're going to put it down. We're going to get that ladder, hang the ladder off the roof like this. We're going to replace the wall, the ladder with the wall again, like that. We're going to build this. And what that's going to do, it's going to hook that light through the wall like this. Isn't that sweet? So if you can get it close to the pole, that would look lovely. It's a very great idea, I think. And you could do the same thing with here too. You could get that one and hook it over if you wanted to. So we could try that if you so desire. So I would go remove this, get the ladder, replace that there like this temporarily. You'll need to probably replace that. Get your lighting, get your hooky street lamp. See if we've got space for it. We do. Make it face you like this. Build it. Get your wall, stone wall, right stick in, replace the ladder with that, and then we've got that hooking through it. Go back and get your furniture, get your ivy again, drip your ivy over the top, and then we've got a beautiful light. So I think that's a really nice little feature there. You could think of other things to stack along here if you wanted to. So it sort of covers up the lamp, but the lamp little trick is very smart. There's like lamps hooking through the wall, but remember you need to replace it with the ladder first, then put the lamp there, then replace the ladder with the other roof. But she's looking fine and dandy. So again, let's do it over here. We're going to go foundations. We're going to go ladder. We're going to replace that with the ladder, that with the ladder. We're going to go to our lighting. We're going to go to the street lamp. We're going to run it back. Make sure it's facing us. Get it over there. Put it there. Same with this one. Hooky one. And bring it over there. Then we're going to go to foundations, go your stone wall, replace your ladder with it, replace your ladder with it, like this. And then we have the lamps hanging over. Yes, so it looks quite lovely. So you can think of things that to build in between these curtains too, if you find that there's, too much of a gap. I find that the flags are way, way, way big, like this, but they are doable. So let me go around here, like this, but they kind of run through the curtain, unfortunately. Let me see. We could run them as red ones if you want to, but I just think they're just too gaudy myself. We could run them along the back of the wall. Basically, you have a wallpaper. You have a rainbow wallpaper array over there. So we could build that one, and then build the yellow one next to it. Build a green one next to it. Like this. Build the purple one next to that one. Oops, purple one I said, whoopsie. Actually, purple one there. And then run around there. Looks very cool. So you could place those behind the bookshelves, etc. Or if you just like red, just run a big red. It's like basically wallpaper. You could just make it all black. It might be too rainbow for you, I don't know. So we can go black, red, etc. Oopsie, wrong one. Yeah, this one, please. So 1, 2, Up, 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 up. 3, 4. Like this. So yes, you can make it absolutely beautiful. But whatever tickles your fancy and floats your boat. So that is how to do your vendor strip. Even though they're crouched down like weirdos, once you've got your vendor strip done, then you really don't have to have a massive build just full of, you know, silly farms all over the place and, you know, all that kind of weird stuff. You could have little roofs coming off this. For example, you could go Japanese slanted roof, for example. Japanese slanted roof. Over here. This one here. Like that. Like that. And then you could just have the Japanese pillars running along. Like so. It's just so sweet. It's such a sweet little design. Now that does take up, you know, unnecessary space. It just depends on how you want to build your stuff. For me, I don't think I need all that. I'm happy just to have a strip as it is because I'm very sort of conscious about not wasting space. But at this vendor shop, it literally only takes up one width, one strip of squares and 2 high. So what else are you going to do with it? So that is it. I'll decorate this a bit more for the thumbnail. I hope you like it. I hope you find it helpful, and I hope that it makes your base beautiful. And again, thank you so much to the members for making this content possible and for you today to spend your time in watching my videos on the channel. Until next time, have a lovely day or night. And don't forget to subscribe.